Hello, Jamie.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for agreeing to talk with us today about your experience as an instructor at PoleLaTeaz. Now, how did you become an instructor at PoleLaTeaz?
I was actually a student.
Oh, wow.
I started taking classes in August of 2006.
Okay.
And by January 2008, I was training to become an instructor.
How cool is that?
It was awesome.
Now, did you have a formal background in dance? That's why it was so easy for you to transition from student to instructor? Or are you just hot? Which is it?
Oh, well, we all want to think that we're hot, but I actually never took dance as a child.
Oh.
Never. This was my first dance experience.
Okay. Wow. What classes do you teach here at PoleLaTeaz? I know that you have an array of classes. Which ones do you instruct?
I actually have been trained to teach about 90% of the classes that we do teach here.
Okay.
I teach levels 1 through 6. I can also do Jiggle It.
Okay.
The floor work classes, the chair, lap dance workshops. I do a lot of those.
Okay.
So pretty well.
Now, you said Jiggle It, and that sounded pretty interesting to me. What is Jiggle It?
Well, you know, we are in the South.
Okay, yes.
And a lot of women want to know how to use their rear ends.
Oh, just
like on
what
the
it
videos.
sounds. Okay.
Just like on the videos.
Okay.
And believe it or not, there are actually a multitude of ways of shaking.
Wow.
So we
Really?
definitely cover that, yes.
So is that something that's easy to learn? Is that a more difficult class to master than the pole dancing, or?
They're both challenging in their own respects.
Okay.
The nice thing about the Jiggle It one is that you can go home and work on that as homework. And your partner will be quite impressed even when you're working on your homework. Yes.
Now, is Jiggle It a class that you perform in heels like the PoleLaTeaz dance classes?
In that class, we leave it as an option.
Okay.
You're welcome to wear them. Sometimes it can be a little intense, depending on who the instructor is, because each instructor does have their own way of teaching, which is another beautiful thing about here at PoleLaTeaz as well. You definitely get a different perspective by having different instructors. I tend to make mine a little more intense and more cardio intensive.
Oh.
So usually the heels end up coming off about halfway through class.
Okay. Well, you mentioned cardio, so I was going to ask, do you think taking the exotic dance classes are a good form of exercise?
Absolutely. Even the ones that tend to be a little more, that are not cardio, they do require you to move slowly and fluently. So therefore you're isolating and utilizing muscles that we tend to forget about.
Okay.
Even when you go to the gym and you're working out, you know, we actually hit those lower abs that a lot of women, we just don't get to those.
Okay. Now, can a woman feel safe in coming to learn to pole dance and feel like she won't get injured or hurt during any of the classes trying to learn the spins or the chair work or the floor work?
Well, there's always a little bit of apprehension from time to time, but generally, as long as you follow the instruction of your instructor, you should be safe. And we definitely have an all-female environment, so that the women can feel safe to, come out of their sexuality and feel more confident and enjoy their bodies and love their bodies.
Okay. As an instructor, I know you've dealt with a variety of women. Have you found it difficult to draw women out sometimes in classes so that they can reconnect and rediscover their sensuality?
From time to time, you do have women that do, hang in a little longer, that don't let loose. But eventually, they do come out.
Okay. What has been the toughest barrier, you think, for some women that take a little longer to break down? What is their apprehension about breaking down and just kind of releasing their inhibitions and allowing their inner sex kitten to come out?
I think it has to do with how they were brought up.
Okay.
And sometimes even the area, whether it be the South or the North, wherever they grew up, a lot of us are taught you should not move that way.
Okay.
And even in the bedroom, they're like, no, that's not how that's supposed to go.
Okay.
So a lot of people, you just gotta let it go. And eventually, because we are in a safe environment, to allow women to express themselves in that manner, it'll come out.
So outside of your background or the way that you were raised, I know that you suggest or recommend that women come in and just really get into the mood. You guys set the tone by the sultry, the lighting. You encourage us to wear heels, sexy clothing. Do you find that you have women that are apprehensive about putting on the little teddies or the little shorts? Or
We do, and they still come in their, their gym shorts and a tank top, but they still find their sexy, as long as they can find their sexy in whatever it is they are wearing, that's what we are encouraging.
Okay. And do you find that learning to pole dance or any exotic dancing is better for women with the camaraderie of the other ladies that are attending the class? Do you feel like they feed off the other women?
Absolutely. We are cheerleaders. As instructors, I feel like we are the biggest cheerleaders the students could have, and then the students also pick up on that, and they will cheer anybody on who they know in class has been struggling with one particular move.
Okay.
And as soon as they nail it, we all celebrate.
Okay. So at the end of, I remember you, Angela, and you said that there were levels of classes, so I assume the levels become more difficult as you go along. At the end of each level, is there a specific routine that the ladies have learned, or it's just bits and pieces that they can go away with? What do they do with all of the bits and pieces that they learn? With all the knowledge.
With all the knowledge that they learn in their 8-week series, on the 8th week we do have a recital.
Oh, wow.
For our students. It is closed off for just the students. So when you have felt free to express yourself, we're not introducing any outside people to look on. So you are free to pick your own song. In some levels, we do have a routine.
Okay.
So that way the students have something to pull out of. But as the levels go up, we may not have a routine. They just may pick a song and dance to it.
Do their own thing. Wow. Do you have many students that have come through that have transitioned to the role of instructor, such as yourself?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I want to say that all of our instructors have pretty much been students here.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, really personal question.
Yes.
Are there any particular moves that you teach that women have come back to say that it kind of helped them in the bedroom or helped them have endurance or stamina in the bedroom, bringing romance back to the bedroom?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would have to say when they learn how to isolate each booty cheek when they jiggle. Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, I've been a student here at PoleLaTeaz. I actually signed up to come a couple of times. And really what made me jump in, there was a field trip to one of the local strip clubs, and I was so impressed by the number of women, first of all, that showed up to go on the field trip, the camaraderie in the group, and just the freedom that the women felt in this environment. I know that a lot of women will just not venture out to visit a strip club. Ladies, I encourage you to.
Yes.
I challenge you to, simply because it just releases a lot of the fears that women may have about strip clubs, a lot of the mystery. You just go in and you kind of see, and you will be amazed at the stamina these women have. I mean, it is simply amazing. You may learn a few things, ladies, and it really sent me over the edge to come and sign up. The next day I came to sign up for a class, and it was an absolutely wonderful experience.
Good.
Instructors were very, very approachable, took their time to teach you things and ensure that you got what you needed. Do you feel that that is something that you would recommend women do prior to coming in to sign up for a class, just to see what they may be getting into? Of course, you don't start at that professional level, but just to kind of see.
And now I will have to say personally, I did the same as well. I did go to a particular strip club before I started taking my classes, literally within a couple weeks of starting up my classes. And yes, I was very impressed. And for this, once you understand how much effort it takes to dance through one song, and to know those girls do 3 in one set.
Yes.
Ooh, Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They earn their money.
I tell men all the time, I put a dancer up against an athlete any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Any day, any day.
Yes.
So this is something that, again, you would recommend as a form of exercise. You would recommend for a woman to come in to build her self-esteem and to, again, reconnect with who she is. I think a lot of time we disappear as women into mothers, into
Yes.
wife, into
Yes.
whoever we become, and we just kind of lose touch with that part of us. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity for women to do this is what I do for me type of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is how I began.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would tell a woman that may see this interview but is still a little apprehensive? What would you share with them about coming in and just giving it a whirl, just giving it a try?
Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Even if the pole is not your thing, that is okay. The pole can be intimidating. You can tackle it. Everyone can do it. We teach from beginner to top notch. So you can attain anything that we teach, which is what I love about our method of teaching, is that it is very much, you can achieve it. The other is lose everything at the door. We don't share cattiness here with the women, which is why we are able to build all those friendships. So ladies, you need to come, give it a try. You will love it.
Now, with people to look at you and to actually see you on a pole, because I've seen you in action, they would not know that you are a mommy
No,
of 2.
that's right.
Are there 2 pets?
Well, several. I have a zoo.
Several pets. So, women, this is something you can incorporate into your everyday life. And still be super mom, super wife, all of those things. This is something that you will find time. Women that I've spoken with, and I don't know if this has been your experience, after they start and they accomplish one thing, a spin, a move, whatever it is, it becomes addictive.
Absolutely.
Do you have a lot of women come to you, maybe the second or third class, to say that they've purchased a pole for their home to practice?
Yes, yes, we have. In fact, we get many questions within the first 2 classes. What kind do I need to get?
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there are different types of poles.
Yes, there are.
Oh.
Yes, there
Okay.
are.
And are there different poles depending on your level, or
No.
just what you want to do?
No, it really just depends on what your home will allow.
Okay. Okay.
Because they do have to go to your ceiling. You have to know the height of your ceilings. There are different ones where you have a tension base that go to the ceiling. Then you have some that are platform based that don't require a ceiling.
Okay.
So it really just depends on what your home, can do. The one I will not recommend is one that is sold in the mall.
Okay. Thank you. That's a
Yes.
very good piece of advice.
Yes.
Okay. And the last question: what has learning to pole dance done for you personally?
Well, a lot of ladies have weight loss stories. Once I became an instructor, I actually gained 10 pounds of muscle.
Oh, okay. How cool. Okay.
Yes, so
okay.
I still maintained the same size, but everything was very toned.
Okay.
I have no fear donning that bikini
Okay. Oh.
in summer.
Ladies.
No fear. And the confidence that if you ever feel that you come up with someone, even in the office environment, that you may be intimidated by, and you just think in your head, I could hang by a pinky toe.
Yeah.
You got nothing on me.
That must be a wonderful thought to have when you're passing other women that you're thinking, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, but she has nothing on me.
That's right.
Wow, wow. Well, thank you so much, Jamie.
Oh,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
your time. I appreciate you sharing with us. I appreciate you inviting women to come in, because I think this is an experience that all women should take a part of. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Yes.
Very phenomenal. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.